Sure. Try here. No? Okay. Arise, Catholic faithful, rejoice and renew. Good morning to you, our cherished viewers across the Catholic Archdiocese of Accra and beyond. I welcome all of you to my faith story, where faith comes alive through the very ordinary people who have encountered God in a simple yet profound way. You are watching us live from the studios of Depsocom Accra, either on Facebook or YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. My name is Father January, or Father Januarius Akpabli, simply Father January. I'll be your host for this program, My Faith Story. This program is proudly sponsored by the Catholic Archdiocese of Accra, Cake Element, Pepsi Pine Ventures Limited, and Pasi Enterprise. Now, Cake Elements are specialists in cakes such as wedding cakes, anniversary cakes, donuts, and they also deal with dessert cake or cake dessert in small containers. They not only do cakes, but also they are into coffee. You can locate Cake Element at Awudome close to TV Africa. Contact them on 0244 4605 57 0244 4605 57 0244 4605 57. They also have social media handles. Check them. Cake Element on Instagram, on Facebook, and on TikTok. Their slogan, when you say Cake Element, they say your true taste. Now, we're also sponsored by Pepsi Pine Ventures, Pepsi Pine Ventures Limited. They are producers of Pepsi Pine fresh fruit juice mix, fresh orange juice, fresh pineapple juice, fresh watermelon juice, fresh pineapple ginger juice, fresh pineapple ginger mint. And all these come without preservatives, natural. They come natural. Call Pepsi Pine Ventures or WhatsApp them on 0553 116380 0553 116380 0553 116380. Again, we are sponsored by Pasi Furniture. They offer quality, affordable office furniture such as workstations, office desks, swivel chairs, cabinets, and more, just as we have here in our setup. And Passive Enterprise are providers of all these furniture. Now you can call them on 0244 545727 0244 545727. Look at them opposite TV Africa. When you say Passive Furniture, they respond elegant office solutions. Beloved, you can also be a sponsor of My Faith Story. All you need to do is to take our number, our WhatsApp number, send us a message on our WhatsApp number, and that is all. You can be a sponsor, and we have agreement 0595 202972 0595 202972 0595 2972. That is our WhatsApp number. Just send us a message and you will be a part of this program. Now you can also interact with us on our Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram pages. Like these pages, share with others, tell others about My Faith Story, where faith comes alive. That's where we have beautiful discussions about our faith. Simple people come to tell their own faith story. Interact with us. Begin to share the link. Tell friends that yes, it is another Thursday. It is that time when we listen to beautiful faith stories here on our account, Depsocom Accra. We bring you beautiful faith story from our priests, from our lay people, from our religious brothers and sisters. I want to take this opportunity to say a very big thank you to Teresa Kojo and Kelvin Vibe, who have always taken my place in my absence and helped, especially last week when I was not here. Kudos to Kelvin Vibe for his beautiful hosting last week. Thank you very much. And wherever you are watching us from, we are in Accra, Ghana, where faith comes alive. Today we have the 13th episode of My Faith Story, and you will be amazed at the stories we are going to hear today. With me, this person, when we send a flyer out, our auxiliary bishop, Most Reverend John Louis, Cardinal Louis, saw the flyer, and then he quickly sent me a message. This is your twin brother too. Meaning that I have another twin brother for my sister. He said, this is your twin brother too. Then I said, yes, you are right, my Lord Bishop. And so with me in the studio is a priest, a brother, a friend, someone who is very charismatic, passionate about his ministry, passionate about the work of God, passionate about the things he does. He has a lot of energy for God's work, and call him any day, anytime, and he will be there. And that earns him the name MTN. Wherever you go, hey, call him, and all you hear is, don't worry, he will be there. And this is what happened. Father just came back from vacation, and I told him, I am hosting on your show. He said, I am ready. And here, Father is on My Faith Story. Help me welcome Reverend Father Bright John Fumi.
Thank you, Father.
Father, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you. Yeah. It's good to be back home.
Good to be back home.
Yes.
Good to be back home.
Yes.
You are looking great.
Well, we thank God.
The people are really taking good care of you.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah.
Maybe change of environment.
Change of environment is also good.
I guess when you came back, you heard the same story.
Is that so?
Yeah.
No, when I came back, they said I wasn't looking good at all.
They say, then maybe school work was tough.
Yeah.
We are doing pastoral work, sir.
So, okay. For those of you who don't know Father Bright John Fumi is a priest of the Catholic Archdiocese of Accra, who now works in the
Diocese of St. John's, Bastet.
Diocese of St. John
Bastet.
Yeah, I hope I pronounced that well. Yeah. Father, you are welcome once again.
Thank you.
We are welcome back home, and welcome onto our show.
Thank you.
This is My Faith Story. I'm sure you have watched some episodes.
Well, I have.
Yes.
1 or 2.
Yeah. What is your impression so far about My Faith Story?
Very good. Very good. At least it helps people to get to know that the people they see are not, they might think they are extraordinary, and their faith journey have been extraordinary, but when we share some of them, then they come to say, oh, maybe they are not too different from me. They also went through the same, maybe my story is their story, and it encourages them to know that in every case, God still touches, God still calls, and God is still with us. So it's been good.
So, in the Archdiocese of Accra, one of the faces that is, if like use the word popular, is Father Bright John Fumi. This is because you have been to, if not, I don't think all the parishes in Accra, but most of the parishes in Accra where you have had programs, spiritual programs with people, charismatic programs and all that. So your face is one of those faces out there in the Archdiocese. But there are a lot of people who may not know your story, your faith story, and that is why we are here today. And so, Father,
yes,
who is Father Bright John Fumi?
Well, Father Bright is a young man from not so a humble family, a humble family of 6 siblings. I'm the firstborn. Then there are 4 other boys, and then 1 girl. Yes. So not too much of just a humble family, but a humble family that have believed in God and trust in God, and knows that every step we take in life, God is always with us.
Right.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that actually also encourages me to go on in life. So the faith of the family always keeps us going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Father, where were you born?
I was born in Achito.
Achito.
Yes, on the way to Angloga.
Okay.
Yes.
So in the Volta region.
In the Volta
you were born there in the Volta region.
Yes.
Okay. And you lived there?
Well, no, not really. I grew up at about the age of 3.
Okay.
I came to Accra.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So your parents gave birth to you in Achito in the Volta region, and from there you came to Accra with them.
Yes. Well, my dad was here.
Okay.
So once, of course, you are weaned and you are able to speak and all that, he felt that, okay, I'm in Accra, so come to Accra.
Okay.
And come and stay in Accra and then school and all that. So in Accra, I stayed in Pig Farm.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Pig Farm. Now the place has changed a little bit, but I think the hospital is still there. Effan Victory Clinic.
Okay.
There's a house, a compound house in there. That's where I grew up for most of my life, from 3 years all the way to the year 2000.
Oh,
Then my father had joined the army.
Oh, okay.
So we moved to join him in the barracks.
Oh, the barracks.
Yes.
Wow, this is interesting. So from Achito, then so you practically schooled in Accra.
Yes, yes.
Okay, at Pick Farm.
At Pick Farm.
Pick Farm is not far from Nima.
It's, of course.
Nima, Alajo, Mamobi, Kotobabi. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So more or less like a Zongo boy.
You can say that. You can say
wow.
that.
So where was your parish?
So the story is that I didn't grow up a Catholic.
Beautiful. I mean, this is where the story for me is so interesting. So your parents were not Catholics.
No.
Your parents were not Catholics.
They were not.
Where were they?
Then now it's global, but before it was EP Church.
EP Church.
Yes.
But now it's called a global.
Now global because they split. They have
Okay.
EP and then they have global also.
Okay. So you were born into the EP Church.
Yes.
You grew up in the EP Church.
Yes. Yes. I grew up in the
You were
EP
baptized in the EP Church.
Well, no.
No, you're not baptized.
Because I don't remember being baptized in the EP Church.
Okay.
Because the EP was what the family, because my auntie, God rest her soul, she passed last year, December 24th. She's buried now. She rose up all the way to one of the, catechists, catechists in the village. So that's EP that the family actually went to.
Okay.
So growing up, it was EP and it was the same. It was faith. So every Sunday you get up, bath, dress, that you hold your hand and then you go to church.
Wow.
Go to how they call it, the children's service. Whilst he goes to the, so when we are done,
then they come for you.
So I was with my father, then my uncles, of course, once they were also done with school, came to join him in Accra for greener pastures.
Okay.
So I grew up in the midst of men, so to say. But they all held on to the faith, and so you had no way than to hold on. Yes, than to hold on to Christ and then journey with Christ. So faithfully every Sunday you would go to church, and you would, tried reading the gospel, the word of God and all that, and encouraging yourself. And then it was good. So that's where we grew up.
Your faith
then
started,
the faith started. So school, I went to Enwood and then to Providence.
Oh, okay.
So
these are DB schools.
Well, they were private schools then. So they, of course, Providence was a little bit more higher.
A private school.
Yes.
But the EPs are loved for their singing, their hymns.
Yes.
You remember any song or hymn?
No.
You don't know any of them.
Unfortunately,
I see.
Unfortunately, we're in Accra, so more or less because Accra is cosmopolitan and was English.
Oh, okay.
More of the things we did, we would use English to do them.
Okay. But the hymns, I know they will still keep their hymns.
They will. I think it's the adults who will learn the hymns because they would speak. But you know that just as every parish there will be the English. And then there will be the local language. It was the same too for EP.
Okay.
And we would really go for the early ones.
Okay.
So it meant that it was English all throughout. Not really, the hymns in ever.
Yeah. Right. Interesting. But you had some siblings?
Yes.
Brother, sister?
Yes.
So how many?
So I have 4 brothers.
4 brothers?
1 sister.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And you are the firstborn?
I'm the firstborn.
Okay. Yeah. Firstborn.
First, yes.
And so you have but 4 other brothers.
Yes.
So you have 5 men,
yes,
and then one sister.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. So you're a big brother.
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay. So you came to Pick Farm. You stayed in Pick Farm.
Yeah.
And you were still going to EP.
Yes.
At what point in time did the Catholic faith begin in your life?
Okay. So once in Providence, these were the days of we had the aerogram when you want to write a letter.
Yes.
So any address you chance upon for pen pals and all that, you wrote.
You write, yeah.
So we chanced upon some address. And so I happened to have written. Well, we thought that, maybe it's somewhere they will give you Bible. Those days we write and then you get the Good News Bible and all that.
So you write to Miss G.
Good, So I thought that it was one of those, apart from the World Bible School that they will give you shade, then you get certificate. So I thought it was one of those. So I wrote. And then when I wrote, that was in class 6. So then we had to move to the barracks to join my father. But once we went to the barracks, once in a while we visit Pick Farm.
Okay.
So when I come, I have mates. So when my letters come, they, take them and then keep them. So I went to one of them and took them. only for me to open one of the letters I wrote, and there was a rosary in the package. Yes. So there was a rosary in the package. So I went for the letters. I showed it to my father. Then we had come to the barracks, and in the barracks there was no EP around. The EP that you get when Teshikam. So the EP you get is in La.
Okay.
But my auntie was in the house. She goes to the Catholic Church.
Wonderful.
So I started following her.
To St. Catherine?
No, not to St. Catherine, because we're in Teshi. So we're
St.
going
Michael.
to St. Martin of Tours.
Martin, yes, okay.
So I followed her. So I followed her once, twice. Then my father will ask, well, is this? So when he saw the rosary, he was like, maybe this is a confirmation that this is where this young man should go. So he said, okay, fine. It is God. So that's how come I started the Catholic Church.
At what age was this?
So this should be around Form 1. So maybe around 12 thereabout. Yeah, 12 years thereabout. So that's how come I started going to the Catholic Church. With my auntie. And then that was it. Yes. Then from there.
So at the age 12,
yes,
you have started going to EP up to, let's say, 12 years.
Yes.
You have immersed yourself in the EP traditions, EP doctrines and all that. Then you begin going to a new church. And I'm sure at the time, you might have heard a lot of funny things about the Catholic Church.
Well, would I say that some of the funny things, EP is a kind of church that you will not hear them talk so much, especially because we were in the children's service coming. They would rather want to form you with God's word. So maybe if some of these things, these people worship that and that, it might be in the adult. But the young ones, they really want to teach us about God, the word of God, how to memorize some of the key,
like
texts, Bible verses, one or two of the songs. That's what they will teach you, but they will not really, do that kind of, don't go to this church, don't go to that church. So really, I had not actually heard
anything
of that.
So you didn't have any, there was no prejudice about the Catholic Church at all?
There wasn't.
Then you had the opportunity to follow your auntie to the Catholic Church. Okay, so remember your first day in the Catholic Church? Do you remember? How was the feeling?
Well, it was weird. Because that's not what we are used to.
Exactly.
So it was a little bit weird. You go, you stand, then you see someone walking in and people holding fire, and I was like, hey, what is this? But inquisitiveness also will make you want to, as it were. But one thing that also helped is that one of the things, when we moved, we had to go to school. And usually in the barracks, when parents go for peacekeeping, they will surely bring you some 1 or 2 jackets and all that. So on my first time of going to school, I happened to put on the same jacket with another gentleman. He was part of those who are usually at the gate watching those who come in late. So we're in the same jacket. Number 1. Number 2, we entered the same class. So before I would actually even start going to the Catholic Church, there was some commonality. So we started talking. Only for me to go to the church, and he's a mass server. So it made it easier to integrate in there because you have a classmate there and he has friends, and so it's easy to integrate. And so I didn't feel really left out too much because you have your contemporaries, and so you move with them. So we kept moving, going through. So I joined him. He was in CYO. I would go for CYO. So it was a little bit better because we didn't even stay in. With the, when you're going to Teshikam, there are 3 different barracks. There is brigade, which is the first one, the Southern Command, and then there is maths inside, and then there is engineers. So my dad was actually in engineers, but he stayed in brigade. So we just stayed in brigade for about a year, and then we moved to engineers. So engineers was more closer. So that's when I started immersing myself in more of the activities, going for mass service, practice, UIO, So, but my friend's name is John Agode. Yes. So because he was there, it was easier to integrate, into the faith. And
kudos to you, John Agode, wherever you are. I don't know whether you are watching or you'll get a chance to watch this video, but kudos to you, and we thank you for that spark that you gave to Father, before he joined the Catholic faith. Wonderful. So whilst all these things were happening, I mean, because your father was a military man or is a military man, he travels, go for peacekeeping and all that. So most of the time he wasn't home. What about your mother?
Oh, she was.
She was home.
Yes, she was.
And she allowed that your auntie take you to the Catholic church.
Yes.
And she never said anything.
No, she never.
What about, was she also going to the Catholic church? Or
No, she wasn't.
She wasn't going. She won't go to EP because she didn't find EP.
Yes.
But they allowed you.
But yes.
What about your siblings?
My siblings, then we had, of course, the one just behind me. So he was also going.
He also followed you
together. Yeah.
Big brother is going. So
yes,
he has to go.
so we're going because my father was that type who would not, because that's how we were brought up. Go to church. Sunday is Sunday. You can't get up on Sunday and say you are not going to church unless you are sick. If you are not sick, you have to go to church. And so once some are going to church, you can't sit in the house and say you will not go to church.
Yeah.
You have to go to church. If he is not going, at least you have to go. So you cannot but have to go to church. So he was also going. So we enrolled in catechism, and unfortunately we couldn't take the sacrament in Easter. Though that was a preparation, because usually some of the things about, some of us in Accra is that when it is Easter, that's when we visit home.
Yeah.
So the sacrament was scheduled around the same time. So we couldn't, because if we are left, there's no one to take care of us. We had to, because at the point in time, my auntie also had to move out. Though she introduced us, she also had to move on with life. So she moved out. So it was us who were still going. But mommy was not also too comfortable that, okay, I have to go for Easter. Because there are some things I have to do in the village. I can't leave you. So you have to come along. So I missed that opportunity. But that was not the end anyway. Because God being so good, I happened to have had admissions to St. Thomas Aquinas to pursue science. So that is where another part of the journey also begins for me. Because I held on to the Catholic faith. I still wanted to be baptized. So in Aquinas, I had
so all this while we were going to catechism and all that, you were not baptized, you received the sacrament
not yet.
Because of the movement. But you're not discouraged also?
No, not at all. Not at all. I was not discouraged at all. So the opportunity
but when anytime your father comes back from peacekeeping and it's on Sunday, where does he go to church?
Well, you hardly see him go to church. You hardly see him go to church.
He was but he asked you to go.
Yeah, you hardly see him go to church. Yeah, but he will make sure that you will go. He'll make sure that you will go. You hardly see him go to church, but he'll make sure you will go. So that was one of the things. At least I that though he was not going, he will not say, okay, sit in the house, we are not going. He will push you to go. So that was one of the things I think that along the line, he made it comfortable that you are not even okay if you are not going to church. You want to go to church. You want to go to church.
So now you completed and you chose St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yes.
A Catholic school.
A Catholic school, yes.
Was it intentional?
Well, I would not say it was really intentional. In those days, when you wanted to pursue science, it's presec. So you wanted to go to presec. You go on presec, and then you choose Aquinas as a backup,
as a second choice.
Second choice. So I had 6, but I think I had 7 ones. And presec would want 8 ones or 9 ones for science. And so they said, "Oh, with your grade, we'll give you a Greek." I said, "I don't want a Greek. I want science." So if presec is not taking me, then I'll better go to the second choice school that took me. So I went to Aquinas. So I went to Aquinas, and then
to pursue science.
To pursue science, yes, yes. So I went to Aquinas, and then just we have come, we've gone through the orientation, gone through all the Jama and all that. So we go to class, we sit in science class, and then a teacher comes, Mr. Lindsay. He was teaching English then. So he walks into the class. He looks at me and says, "You, I see you have the rosary around your neck. Are you a Catholic?" I say, "Yes." And he says, "Do you want to become a Catholic priest?" And I said, "Yes." And then he started calling me Reverend in the class. So everyone started calling me Reverend. Right from Form 1.
So, but you wanted to be a priest? Well, at the time, because you were not baptized then.
I wasn't baptized then, but of course you are part of the mass service, and you are seeing Father do his things and all that. So that started ringing a bell. But of course, this was when we were growing up in JSS. You were not really, more sure of what was going to happen. And then happened to go to Aquinas, and then that's where it started. Lindsay would ask that question, but one of the things also that was very nice was the fact that when you went to Aquinas, from the beginning, they were all saying, "Okay, all those who are Catholics, come together."
Okay.
That was the way I escaped some of the punishments that the Form 1s were receiving. Then chapel prefect was Christopher. I've forgotten his surname. then. So then, then which of you have been baptized already? Then, okay, those who have not been baptized will have to go through catechism. Then you have Brother Pius Dogoji and Mr. Emmanuel Dogoji who will take you through catechism. So we started from there, going through the catechism again, though I've done it and I should have been. So went through again, and then Father Ohene was then, of course, the chaplain. And then it was under him that I got the baptism in Aquinas, and then later on also received, of course, first communion and then confirmation by Archbishop Palmer Buckle, Metropolitan Bishop of Cape Coast.
Okay.
So we had the confirmation in school.
All in school?
Yes, in Aquinas. Then also one thing that also made it a bit easier was Father Ohene. Having seen him, how infectious his smile is and how, people person he was. I was like, no, I want to be like this man. I want to be like him. I want to be a priest. So that's where we say that the vocation for the priesthood actually, was nurtured and grew up. In Aquinas, it solidified.
Inspired by Father Ohene.
Yes.
That great man, Father Ohene.
Yes.
Where is he now, Father Ohene?
He's the headmaster of Pope
he's
John,
the headmaster of Pope John.
Yes.
So Father Ohene, wherever you are, we salute you. Father Bright John Fume, gives you a shout out because you have inspired him from not being a Catholic to being a Catholic, a full Catholic, receiving baptism, confirmation, and then the Holy Eucharist, and then inspired to go to the priesthood. But before you went to the Aquinas, or even before you went to the sacrament, did you ever think of the priesthood? Did you ever know anything about the priesthood? When you started?
When I started the Catholic Church, no. Of course, you saw the priest. They said, who is this? This is a priest. But you really didn't know what it took to become a priest, But then also, in a way, you would see, because when I was in the barracks, then now Father Dennis Opoku was a seminarian in Teshikam. So, and he was a mass server, and I went to the seminary. So when he comes back, at least with the mass servers, we see him. So you see semblances. Oh, who is this? He's a seminarian. He's studying to become a priest. So at least you have heard, but because in your mind you were not really looking at it, you really didn't ask so many questions about that. Really didn't ask so many questions about that. Until Aquinas.
Okay, so even when you decided to be a priest, or to follow Father, did you have any doubt about yourself whether this is what's the right thing for you to do, or this is what you want to do? Any doubt in your mind?
Well, so when I thought about that, one of the first things I did, so this desire to be came somewhere in Form 2.
Okay.
So I told my dad about that. And he was like, okay, now you are in school, you are in SS. Finish and let's see, what will happen. So that became something we had talked about, but not really explored, because you are still in school. Finish SS, and then probably we can talk about it further on. So went on, finished Aquinas, results came, and then he was like, no, you have to go to school, go to the university. I was like, okay, fine. So in the middle of university, I felt that no, this is not it. And I came back and I said, you remember
you went to the university?
No.
Okay.
When we're trying to
talk about
which of the schools you want to go to, what course you want to read, we felt I should go and read mechanical engineering and all that. And I was like, I came back to him and said, but remember we had this discussion. In SS2, I told you that I want to become a priest. And you said that finish and let's discuss it. I think this is the time for us to discuss it. I don't think I want to go to the university. And then after university, I'll now come and want to, find my track to come back to the seminary. So I think that it's now. And he said, okay, if it is now, then what do you have to do? Then I said, okay, I'll go and see Father Ohene. He had moved from Aquinas to Achimota, because by the time I was in Form 3, he had moved to Achimota. So I went to see him. So when I went to see him, then he said, okay, wait. So he called then Father John Namwa, now Parish Priest of Corpus Christi. He was the vocations director then.
At the time.
Yes. So he called him, and then he said, I have a young man here. He wants to be a priest. Then I went. So I went and I mentioned my name. Father Amwa, when we were in Aquinas, those days, Kasu would try to organize Lenten retreat So we went to Makati Hill, the SVD retirement home. So Father Amwa was the one who preached our retreat.
Okay.
So at that time, I think we were informed to third term. Then you guys have written your last year SSC and you have left. So we were the seniors. So we organized that. So we organized that. So once we went and he spoke, he finished everything. Then he was introduced as the vocations director.
Yeah.
And then Father said, okay, those who want to. So I gave my name to him. But that was the last contact. So I didn't get to go back until Father Ohini called him.
Yeah.
So when Father Ohini called him, apparently they had even started aspirants meetings already. So I came to meet it in the middle of the meeting.
Yeah.
And he said, well, because we had had an initial contact.
Yeah.
So I joined the retreat, the aspirants meeting, and then we prepared for Emisano. With the documents and everything, we prepared for Emisano for post-SS. So that's how it went.
Okay.
That's how it went.
So let's consider. We are looking at all these ones in the spirit of your faith journey. Okay, you were born into an evangelical Presbyterian home, grew up knowing this faith. Then all of a sudden there's a twist of turn. What can we see about that? I mean, why would God begin with you from the evangelical Presbyterian home, then all of a sudden into the Catholic Church? And you also grew up among military men, seeing military uniform and all that.
Yeah.
You're not attracted by the military uniform?
No. It takes a few from the barracks to want to go back to the barracks.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
It takes a few.
Yeah.
Not many of them.
Out of all my contemporaries, it's a few who went back into the barracks.
Okay, like became military men.
Military people.
Why
most of us, we've had a lot of the barracks life. You have lived in the barracks, you have seen everything in the barracks. So some way, somehow, you are not really gingered. Maybe we'll come back to that when it came to.
Yeah, but it could also be said that, or no, if you are in the church, you have experienced church, you have seen the priest and all that. What attracts you? I mean, it's attraction, no?
Yes. So the attraction? I would say that probably, possibly looking back now, the attraction to God and the things of God, it began in EP.
EP.
Yes.
Okay.
So in this faith journey, I'll say that God had a reason why I had to go through EP before I'll come to become a
What do you think of that reason may be?
You see, the basis of the word of God, wanting to know God, wanting to, do things for God, ready to boldly stand for God and the things of God. Because when we went, you ask questions, you will raise up your hand, you answer. These things were built and they will clap for you. These things will build your faith to know that you are on the right track.
Okay.
This is God you want to serve. So having moved here and had my father's blessing, that, if probably this is what God is saying, go on, and he gave blessing, go on, become a Catholic, meant that you were not on the wrong path, you were on the right path. So that actually encouraged me more. It encouraged me more.
Would you have been a pastor in the EP church if you didn't become a Catholic?
Who knows? Maybe
a pastor with a wife and some children.
Who knows? Maybe, because the passion was there in a way.
Okay.
Because from the onset, it was seen. Because I remember that my cousins, whose parents were Togolese, because they grew up in Togo, would come and we would all go to church together. I would say, let's go. Then we all go to church together. I say, today he brought his cousins. What are these? Your cousins. You are doing well. The fact that you could even encourage people who are not really English speaking to come with you to church show that, these were, some of the things. So they would encourage you, continue like that, keep up the faith. So I would say that God had a reason. And so to have come to the Catholic Church didn't really change things so much because it was God. And since I didn't have any of the prejudice from before, you hear, Catholics worship Mary, they do these idols and all that. So it wasn't too difficult. But one of the things that happened is that at a point in time, Daddy moved out of the barracks. And then we settled in Ashaiman.
Okay, then you went back to Ashaiman.
Yes.
Okay.
Then we settled in Ashaiman. So actually, to have gone to the seminary, we were in Ashaiman then.
Ashaiman. Which parish?
So we're in Official Town.
Okay.
And so I was going to Blessed Clementina.
Okay.
So I was going to Blessed Clementina. But to have gone to the seminary, I went to Sraha Father, now Lieutenant Colonel retired Straha, and no, he did. He retired as a major. I think Major retired Straha. He gave me the how do you call it? The
Your forms of
recommendation letter.
Yeah.
As that from the parish. Yes, but he felt that okay, because Teshi Camp is too far from Ashaiman, it's better you go to a parish closer. So, but I was going to Clementina because there was a Catholic church, so I was going there. I was going to Clementina actually. Joined the mass service there. That's after I had finished Aquinas and I had joined them in Ashaiman. I was going there and all that. And all that. So that's how I became a seminarian for Blessed Clementina, right from Emisano all the way till after ordination. I'm still a product of that parish.
So, dear viewers, this is My Faith Story. If you are watching us live, if you just joined us, this is My Faith Story, where faith comes alive. Here we listen to the stories of very simple people who have encountered God in a very special way. And yes, today we are having the 13th episode with Father Bright John Fume, who is telling us his story. You have questions, please go to the comment section of Facebook or YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. Just put in a question, put in a remark, put in something that touched you from this episode. You can also let us know where you are watching us from. Wherever you are in the world watching us, please let us know. Then share the link and tell friends, share this and tell others about My Faith Story. And also, we are sponsored by Cake Element, Pepsi Pine Ventures, and Passy Enterprise, providers of these furnitures you see here in these studios. If you want to be a sponsor, it is very easy to do. Just pick our number down there on the screen and send us a message and you will be a member. Now, you can also watching us live on Lumen Christi TV, and later on in Crystal TV, you can also watch these episodes just to encourage yourself and encourage others. Is it not amazing that so far it seems to be like many of our priests were not originally Catholics? See, that's how God performs his miracles. So you may see our priests and we think that they were born from Catholic homes. But this is the miracle. Most of the priests we have interviewed were not from Catholic homes. But God does his own things in his own miraculous ways, that he chooses people, prepares them for a ministry such as this. Every little thing we do in the church is very important. All the little programs we organize is very important, especially the young ones, the children. We are not wasting money at all if we spend money training and having programs for these children, because one day the fruits will come. And this is the fruit we are seeing here today in Reverend Father Bright John Fume. Father,
yes,
you have already touched on some things already, and I want us to go back to it and then look at how you are reaping the benefit of your early formation in the Evangelical Presbyterian. I'm sure now if they are looking at you, say, that's our son, EP. Yes. People have stolen our EP member.
Yes.
Will bring you. So look at the Catholic Church now. You are now a priest.
Yes.
You are a minister of the word and sacrament. Looking at the formation you got as a young person and then the formation we are giving to a young one now in our church, do you think that we are doing well or think that there's more to be done?
I think that we've come a long way.
Yeah.
Seeing that now we have animators who are ready and willing, as it were, to help form the young people. We've come a long way and we are getting there. We are getting there, and we should just keep doing it. We should keep doing it. Sometimes, like we are saying, you will not see the end result until later.
Okay.
I do believe that if today those who I encountered those days in children's service would see the results now, they wouldn't have thought that this would be the results of that.
Do you meet any of them?
I don't. No. So it's that becomes that encouraging thing, that result, and I think that it also stems already from a family of faith, because when I switched to the Catholic faith, all those who were still in the EP and all my aunties and all that, well, they still embraced me. You don't have, because you have left, we don't know you. No. They still embraced me. They still encouraged, especially when it came to the time and I decided fully, I want to become a priest. Of course, in Ashaiman, we were in a compound house because our house had not yet been put up. And so there was a Catholic who was the caretaker of the house for the original owners. He's passed on, he's Mr. Amwa. Unfortunately, he didn't live to see my ordination. He died a year before my ordination. Unfortunately.
May soul rest in peace.
And then, so when it happened, of course, and he knew, because he was a staunch devotee of Sacred Heart of Jesus. So he would come in to encourage my father. No, it's not a lost cause, it is a good thing. Because he's not Catholic, so he didn't really understand. He wouldn't understand it. So he was one of those who would talk to my father to let him know that it's an honorable thing. It's a good thing to do. Then I had also one distant auntie, Veronica Akege. She's also passed. She also passed on. She didn't live to see my ordination. Also, she was a member then of St. Charles Luanga. So when she also heard it, she also encouraged my father. That is a good thing. Yes, it's a wonderful thing for your son to devote himself to God. So all these helped my father to actually settle to understand that this is it, because I had said it and I had come back to it. So it looked like, and so he said, okay, he's like Abraham. He's offering his first son, Isaac, to God. So that has become what he has said since.
Can I also comfortably say that your love for the charismaticism come from your...
Well, we could say that, because that's how we would clap our hands, pray. Of course, not tongues, then we are not learning tongues, but of course, this spontaneous prayers and all that. That's where, of course, EP goes with that.
Because for me, that's a lot of things that we are learning here as well. Because Father Bright, if you know him, Father Bright is a very disciplined person. And of course, it means that his discipline nature is coming from the military. So I'm sure you got a lot of discipline from the military.
Once you go in the barracks.
Were you that troublesome when you were young?
No.
Are you sure?
100%.
I'm sure, Daddy.
Well, the troublesomeness was not in the barracks, of course, because the barracks, you hardly...
But sometimes people say the children in the barracks can be very...
Oh, no. They will say what they have to say. But, growing up in a compound house in Pig Farm was the real deal.
That's where you were...
Yeah, of course, Ebony. We could cross that main road, go to Roman Reed to go and look for mangoes and all that. We did all sorts of things.
Mango hunts.
Yeah. Once we didn't go to school, forget it. You'll find us, doing these things. But that's part of growing. Because you're in a compound house and you were with all others. So we grow together, we play together. And it was a nice experience. So, but even that was not too much of stubbornness. It was just the normal growing up. Children growing up. So I would not say that I really, because in the barracks, it's also discipline. You know that if you are the son or a child of a military man, and you do something bad, any military officer can just discipline you. So you have to be disciplined.
And is that until now?
Well, we have entered the barracks now. I've gone a few times and I said, this is not the barracks I grew up in. Because it's different. Things are a bit different now. Things are a bit different now. Maybe it's because we've been away from the barracks for a long time. That's why maybe we have seen it from that point of view. But we should also understand that our years of growing is different. Now it's just Gen Zs and their things are all different from the way we grew up. So it's understandable. It's understandable. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have some beautiful messages coming in for you, and these are very beautiful messages that I would love to read. Father Emmanuel Yagabianku says, watching from United States of Abelemkpe. Okay. That's our training.
Yes.
Our triplets. Yes. Father Emmanuel Yagabianku was on this show some time ago, my twin brother, and then our triplet is here. So watching from United States of Abelemkpe. Please give the United States of Abelemkpe people for us. We love you all. Then Wilhelmina Emisa says, when a twin interview his twin from another mother. Hey, Asemo. Well, Wilhelmina Emisa, thank you very much. So a twin is interviewing a twin from another mother. Thank you very much for that. Raphael in term says, can you ask Father why he started keeping his hair? Is there somebody you know? Raphael.
Maybe.
Raphael in term. Okay, so it means that you were not keeping your hair first, but now you have hair.
Well, probably when he knew me,
Yeah.
but in the seminary, I would keep it, then I'll take it down and then start again. So probably when Raphael knew me, he wouldn't have known me as someone who keeps his hair for too long.
Okay.
But it was in COVID, I said, no, now
Then you
we
decided
need to scare COVID away.
Oh,
So
I see.
we'll keep our hair and our beard.
Okay.
Those days I would keep the head, but the beard
The
was
beard
not.
will- yeah.
So people were confusing me with Father Salif.
Yeah.
Until they hear the voice,
Yeah.
they know this is not Father Salif.
Okay.
So this is not the first time I have been compared with someone.
Okay.
But you are away when the beard added. So people they will actually see that, but you were away, so they knew that it was me. I think when you came back, people started saying Father Bright, because I had kept the beard and the hair.
Yeah.
Until I left.
Yeah.
And then okay. Once
So
I
what is
went
the
to
inspiration
Caribbean-
apart from the COVID to scare COVID away?
No, actually I kept my hair. Even my classmates in the seminary will let
okay.
you know that I always
So
kept my
when
hair.
it comes to the hair on your
The
head,
hair, I was
but
always keeping
maybe
the
we're talking about the beard.
The beard, it was COVID. That made me start keeping it, and I was
Okay,
like,
now COVID
it's
is
nice.
over.
I like it's nice. So let
And
me
now-
continue
now you-
keeping it.
you
Yes,
like it.
Let me
Okay.
continue keeping it.
So Raphael, that is it. Father is keeping it because not because of COVID anymore, but because he loves it. It makes him look beautiful.
Beautiful and different.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This from Gizoman. Gizoman says, Father, can I take him as my personal spiritual director?
After we can talk.
You still have the capacity to take
since
on
I'm
more
not
spiritual.
here,
Eh?
Since I'm not here, that's
Yeah,
the thing. But we can physically. But why not?
But he wants to take you as a spiritual director.
Why not?
Okay, so Gizoman, check down there. Our number is there, 059-520-2972. Just send us a WhatsApp message on that number, and we'll send you Father's number through our WhatsApp number. Okay, so Gizoman, just go there, 059-520-2972, and then we shall share Father's personal number with you. We can't put it on the Facebook, else those who don't need it will also pick it. So since you have requested for it, we'll give it to you so you can get in touch with Father, and he'll be your spiritual father as you want. Yesterday also somebody asked of your picture. One day saw it, said, please can I have Father's picture? I said, please wait, let me seek Father's permission, and with your permission I can share your photo. So I did that. Nenena said, blessings, my brothers. Keep up the good work. Okay, Nene, thank you very much.
Senior Nene.
Senior. He's your senior.
He's an old Tom.
He's a council. Hey,
council and old Tom.
Council, we salute you.
Yes.
Council senior. Nenena. Okay, we are doing our best. Awokwe said, you two look very much alike. And that's what everybody's saying. That's what everybody's saying, that we look alike. You are right. Awokwe. Am I missing out something? Yeah. Okay. So Nanaba Achere Amwa says, it's good to have you back in Ghana for a visit. So this Nanaba Achere Amwa. I'm sure somebody you know.
From Thomas More actually.
Yeah. So Father, tell us something about the day you were ordained. How was your father's reaction? How was he? I mean, a man from the EP church whose son has become a Catholic priest.
Yeah.
Has any of them converted to become Catholic? Mother, father?
Not yet.
Not yet. I like the response.
Not yet.
We are hoping that they will one day.
One day, yes. Not yet. But I know it will happen.
Okay.
Yes.
So how did they take it? How did they feel it to be in the Catholic church?
I think that one of the things that was also good is the fact that at a point in time, the vocations office did well.
Okay.
I think that was even apart from when we're in the seminary and then your reports come, it is sent to the vocations office, to the Archbishop, and then to your parish priest. But along the line, I think then Father Holu had taken over from Father Amwa.
Yes.
Yeah. So he started the concept of also letting parents know how it is going. So he had a meeting with them.
Call the PTA.
He had a meeting with parents, all this house. So when you go, find out from your children their results. So he came home and said, well, you said, I need to find out. So I went to ask, then I would say I can call him very reverend because of the years in ministry, 41 almost, Father Anumu, very reverend Father Anumu Kwefoli. He was my parish priest then. So I told him, my dad wants to see the report. So he made a photocopy for me. And so I took it to him. He was like, my father is very huge on education too. So my whole life, I never went to Saito. Like you had Enwood all the way to Providence, and then even Teshi went to Rising Star, one of the good schools in the Teshi enclave. So he's very huge on that. So it was like, they said we should see your report. You have been receiving your reports and have not showed it to me. Why are you having zero? That's why you are not showing it. So I said, me, I don't even see it. It's my parish priest who gets it, and then he shows it to me, and then he takes it back. So I'll ask him to make photocopies of it. I think then when T2 first term or so, when that meeting happened, P2 first term. So I had to do all the ones and send it. And he saw, he said, oh, okay. Then he just had to keep quiet because he saw that it was not that I was hiding anything. And so I think that journey along with the vocations office helped. So that it will not be that it's at the last moment that they now come and see your parent. So that they know what is going on, how the journey has been so far. And I think that is a good thing that should be kept going, where intermittently, time from time, the vocations office will meet parents of the seminarians. And it helps. And so when Father Hansen took over, he also even went a step further of visiting my family at home, to see where I come from and all that. So it's a good thing that we keep these things going, so that along the line, you know, everyone knows, okay, so he was not so much new to some of these things. So when he got to the moments, of course, because he was representing my family also on the ordination committee. So at least he had a lot before the day of ordination. So it wasn't too much different. Of course, diaconate came. He knew that diaconate had come around, and then he was there. And then, of course, so in a way, he had been prepared for the ordination proper.
Okay. But not prepared to be a Catholic.
Not yet.
Yes, not yet. I feel like they're not yet. It looks like there's something in the pipeline.
Well, God has a way of if he was able to move me out, it will happen.
Yeah,
I know it will happen. God has a way. So we pray his will be done.
So your other siblings, all of them are Catholics, or still some are? So out of the 5.
So coincidentally, when we moved, when the family moved to Ashaiman, my father started going to Winners Chapel.
Oh, really?
Yes. So that's where they all ended up.
Oh, Winners Chapel.
In Winners. Yes.
No more the EP.
No more EP.
Wow.
So they ended up in Winners.
And you still remain?
I remained. I didn't move.
They couldn't convince you?
Well, it had gotten to a point that, because if already in GSS, I would want to go to the Catholic SS, I was still going. Because SS, at a point in time, my father felt from the barracks to Aquinas is too, so I moved to join one of my uncles at Kotobabi Down. So I just walked to Francis Xavier, and then just go to church. So it was like that. Once church is church. Okay. And that's how I was brought up. Go to church every Sunday. So we don't miss church on Sunday.
Okay. So just this one, just for us to know you more. Growing up in the barracks, a typical barracks boy, how was it like when daddy was home in the morning? I stayed with one of my uncles who was a military man in the Burma camp one time, and I just go for visiting. He, anytime when we're there for visiting, I tell you, before you eat breakfast, you do some exercise, some push-ups here and there in the morning before you eat breakfast.
I think that one he was just trying to let you know that this barracks life. But with those in the barracks, we really didn't do push-ups. And of course, you were disciplined.
So what did you do?
You learn how to polish your shoe and make sure your shoe is shining. You have to learn how to iron and make sure that this is really iron. You don't do any.
So you do military training at home.
So and you learn how to do things. You have to. So we don't. Today I want to wear this and go. You'll be in trouble. You have to iron for the week. Because when there's no light, how are you going to go somewhere? So that's why I learned how to do bulk ironing. So when I stand by the board, I'm ironing everything and then I'm done. So anytime I have something to wear, it's not that you have to go here, then you are looking for what to wear. Then if there's no light, ECG also decides then you're in trouble. Of course, the barracks, they hardly put off the light, But this gives you some of these discipline. When you are supposed to sleep, when you're supposed to wake up, what you're supposed to do, you do them. In the barracks, of course, because you were living in, you have to, there's days that everyone have to sweep. So you have to wake up, make sure if it's your turn that day or that week to sweep, you sweep and all that. So we learned some of these things, the discipline, how to do what you have to do when and all that, from that. So it was a good thing. And every military officer was also make sure that studies was one of the things. And so we had he's now ex-SW1 Joseph Aizanga. He had put us together, so we have evening classes. So those days when we're in GSS, after we have come back from school, we'll go for evening class. Where you would learn. So you had no choice than to become someone good.
Father, you are still young. You are still a young man.
Yeah.
If you have the opportunity and you are given the opportunity to enroll in the military, would you want to? I mean, your background and all that.
Well,
you have already said that it's those from the barracks hardly go back to the barracks. No.
Yeah, because it came up sometime and I said no. I don't want the barracks. I don't want the barracks. Because I wanted to have gone to the police. So that one also came up. But I said no, I don't want military. I don't want.
So you'd have chosen the police over there.
But yeah, I don't want military chaplain. I don't want military chaplain
because of the military background.
Well, it would have made it easier, but still, I felt that. Well, I've seen a lot with that, but it was not necessarily also the fact of. Okay, you grew up in the military, go to the military. It's also the fact of what you can do for God somewhere else.
Okay.
Because I felt that the military chaplaincy has been established way over years. And the police chaplaincy is now growing. So the more people you get there, the chaplaincy also grows. And then the police will also have that, of having their own who will be their chaplain. So that's how I also actually settled with the police. Though I prayed about it, I felt this is where I wanted to. So I was like, why not the military? Because you grew up in the barracks. I said, no, I don't think, just as even in discerning our vocations, we get to know we want to be a diocesan and not a religious.
Okay.
It is the same also for these chaplaincies. Someone would think that, someone just wakes up and say, I want to be. No, you have to also discern what you really want as to be a chaplain. And then you go for the one that you feel this is where God is calling me to help his people. So I didn't feel really called to the military. My dad said it 1,001 times. I said, no, I don't feel called to the military. I feel rather called to a different kind of chaplaincy. But as God will have it, just like Nathan, when David came and told him that, I want to build. He says, go ahead. God has given you the blessing. I think that's what happened to me in my case. God had another plan.
Okay. Good. So before we go to the next set of questions, Maud Morgan on Facebook, Maud Morgan said, you look alike. Yeah, that's true. You look alike. In fact, there have been times when Father went for a program. In fact, just recently at Bakita, he came. I didn't even know he was in town. And then I was around Bakita. Someone said, we thought that it's you. You were come to do the crusade for us. And I said, me crusade. I was not close to this place. And when they described the person, I said, I know the person you saw. It was Father Bright. So Margaret Kaba says, all the priests are becoming Padre Pio in Outlook. I like the expression. All the priests are becoming Padre Pio in Outlook. Welcome back home, Father Fume. Okay, for Margaret Kaba. Edwin Mensah says, another twins on the show. Asamu. Good. So Derek Cross Abbey is also watching us, and I'm sure. Let us know where you are watching us from, and then send in your messages. If you have questions for Father, please ask Father. Father, now let's talk about your mission in where you are now working. How has the training from your infancy, from home, from the EP church, then through to your seminary, helping you in your ministry where you are now?
All right. So the Caribbean is a nice and a wonderful place.
I heard so.
Yeah. It's a nice, good.
Do I need a visa to come to the Caribbean?
For St. Kitts, you don't need.
For your place, I don't need.
No, for our place.
Okay, then I can plan my next vacation to come to the Caribbean.
Yes.
So if you don't see me, I'm going for vacation.
Yeah. It's a nice and wonderful place.
Yeah. Okay.
And it is good.
Okay.
Because I think that some of the things from here helps.
Okay.
Because there they like drumming and dancing. They like They like drumming. They are used to, because if you know the history, slave traders, most of our ancestors to that part. So of course that part of African life is the drumming, the dancing, the singing. So it's the same there.
Okay.
Most of them do that. But one of the other things is also the fact that they are Protestant in nature.
Okay.
Yes, the Orthodox, you find more of the
Charismatic churches. Oh, I see.
Good. They call it the Pentecostal.
Pentecostals. Okay.
Uh-huh.
There are a lot of them there.
Yeah, there are a lot of them.
Amidst the Catholic Church.
Yeah, of course.
The Catholic influence.
Anglican and all that. Yeah, of course.
The Catholic influence.
Anglican and all that. But you have most of them also going to
still as a residue of the slave trade.
The slave, yeah. Their census, you could count about maybe 4,000 to 5,000 Catholics. Their census, you could count about maybe 4,000 to 5,000 Catholics. So you could.
Great. So
you could.
Great. So, I think we've done enough. We touched on a lot of issues, unless there's something that we have not touched on yet. But this is Father's story, coming from a non-Catholic background in the Catholic Church. Be ready to host you on this platform to tell your own faith story. Father, if you have the last words,